he's Core's older brother. Oh. Okay. Can't touch. Can't touch.
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. We are here, and I believe the last time we stopped we were going on a date with Danny. If I remember correctly, I would say quickly because I saw the word quickly right here. Danny and I passed it. Oh, right, the scary freaking blob creature here earlier that I saw that I think I can only see and Danny can't see. Danny and I passed by it, and I had to fight to not look at it again. I'd rather not look at it again. We'd gone no more than 10 feet when a sudden chill ran down my spine. Bitch, you better not be behind me. Every hair on the back of my neck was standing up on end. Something moved in the corner of my eye, and I instinctively started to turn toward it. No. Dummy, don't do it. Danny squeezed my hand tightly, catching my attention. From the corner of my eye, I caught sight of a lingering dark figure behind us. It felt like my heart constricted. Don't look at it. Just keep walking. What is it? Can he see it? Danny had leaned down so he could whisper to me. That thing was still there. I couldn't see it, but I could definitely feel that it was there, right behind us, right out of view. I was almost certain it was the one I made eye contact with. It's just a drifter. It'll go away in a few minutes. We get a lot of them this time of year. They just float along the magic currents to wherever it might take them. A lot of them are harmless. Many aren't. But what are they specifically? There was a small... Oh, sorry, not small. There was a soft click behind me, and I had to fight the urge to look. Every fiber of my being was screaming to not look at it. Different types of cryptics. Weak elementals, ghosts, some fae. Some are just collections of energy. Most of them, we don't know what they are. It's pretty. It's red. Oh God, I can hear it. I was so close to Danny that I probably could have climbed I probably could have just climbed in his arm and made him carry me. There was a stringing sensation as if someone had plucked out some hair. Without thinking, I whirled around to give whatever it was a piece of my mind. It was already gone. I saw something duck behind the corner of a building, cackling though. I scowled after it, rubbing my head. What the hell? You okay? Yeah, it just pulled out some hair, I think. That hurt. I couldn't get a good look at it, but it was probably just drawn to your energy. Is that why I decided to get a hair sample? Maybe. It's hard to know what things like that are motivated by. You sure you're okay? Yeah, I guess. Danny put an arm around my shoulders and drew me toward the cafe. People are starting to look. Let's just get inside for now. The people he was referring to appeared to be a couple nearby, lounging under the colorful awning of one of the buildings. Danny met the eyes of the woman and nodded politely. I also met her eyes and smiled, but she didn't return it. Probably because she's like, what the fuck is going on with those two? Both were looking at us pretty intently. Didn't look like a couple either, somehow. I unconsciously moved closer to Danny. I guess we'd been standing out too much. Fortunately, we were just a few steps away from the entrance to the cafe. That thing was kind of creepy. People say werewolves are creepy too. You don't stalk people around and stare at them, unless you have hobbies I don't know about. Well, he gave me a teasing grin as he leaned down to speak to me quietly. You'll probably notice when we go in, but the shop will be a bit different than what you saw yesterday. I don't want you to be too surprised. Different? You'll see. I stepped through the door and I hadn't gotten a great look at the cafe the day before, but he was right. It actually did seem distinctly different than yesterday, though I couldn't put my finger on how. The atmosphere was just different. Danny stepped in behind me, letting the door fall shut with a soft jingle. Weird. Corvin says there are actually two shops existing in the same space and time together. Which one you enter depends on which door you use. Where's my notes? The Murder is a cafe in Pine Hollow that is actually magical. It's run by Corbin Belchin's family of wizard brothers. Their cafe is just at the front. Their cafe is just a front for the fact that they're a group of supernatural problem solvers and information finders, I guess. They're well known throughout the community as people who can help with pretty much anything. I guess it's weird to imagine Corbin of all people being a part of something like that, especially with how clumsy he is. The staff here can exist in both shops at the same time, but the rest of us can only be in one or the other. Every time you start talking about things like space-time, it makes magic sound more like science. They're not entirely independent from each other. That's one of the first things Milos told me when I joined the club. I'm starting to realize that. I looked around the cafe curiously. It was a neat little place. As soon as we entered, we were greeted by a familiar face. Corbin! I haven't seen him in so long, in probably like episode early beginnings or something. I don't know, episode 1 through whatever. Welcome to the... Oh, hey! You practically bounded over to us. Are you here on a date? Dan and I both turned a little red. Yes? Thank you for announcing it to everyone in the cafe. Oops. Sorry. You can sit wherever you like, but I recommend that quarter for dates. I'll grab a couple of menus. He gave us a wink and hurried out toward the front counter, foot catching on a chair as he rushed along. He nearly went sprawling as the chair scraped loudly across the floor. I watched a familiar guy at the counter tell him off teasingly before sending him into the kitchen. I quickly turned away. It was the guy I ran into yesterday. I hope he doesn't recognize me. Then I led the way to the corner table Corbin suggested. I half expected him to pull my chair out for me, but he let me do it myself for a change. I didn't mind. He sat across from me right as the guy from the counter arrived with the menus. Corbin had apparently been sent off somewhere else. Oh, it's a cute guy. I can't look at him that way though. I'm on a date with Danny. Hello there. Sorry about Corey. Corey? That's a cute nickname, or is that really his real name? He always gets overexcited when acquaintances come in. Corey. Hi. Is that Merle? 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 Danny, it's been a while, and this is... Oh, this is Michiko. She just moved back to town. Michiko, this is Merle. He's Corey's older brother. Oh. Okay. Can't touch. Can't touch. Can't touch siblings. Ah, nice to meet you. He's so cute though. Merle just... I'm assuming it's Merle. Sorry if it's wrong. Just smiled gently as he looked down at me. He and Corbin didn't look anything alike. I mean, besides the love of blue. You look like you're feeling better than you were yesterday. Yeah, sorry about that. No need to apologize. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'll give you a few minutes to look over the menu and I'll be back. I watch him leave before looking at Danny. So, you said their coffee is good. What are you getting? Oh, I don't actually drink coffee. So, how do you know if it's good if you don't drink it? And why don't you drink it, heathen? He laughed at my teasing and laid his menu on the table. I've had their coffee before. I just can't drink it regularly. Can't? Why not? Don't laugh, okay? Sure, I can't promise that. The truth is, it gives me heartburn. What kind of high school student gets heartburn? That was totally an old man problem. I didn't laugh, but I must have given him a completely mystified look because he chuckled quietly. Would you believe me if I said it's a byproduct of the lycanthropy virus? Being a werewolf means you're plagued by heartburn? I can't believe the two grasped how those two things are connected. Well, the theory is that it has to do with the fact natural werewolves are carnivores. They have stronger stomach acid than usual, like a lot of other wild carnivores. Okay, still not seeing the connection. I used to be a regular human. I don't have the strong stomach acid of a carnivore, or organs designed to handle it. That is very true. He just became a werewolf like 3 years ago, right? So infected werewolf bodies try to compensate by just producing a lot of stomach acid. Ah, and the end result is heartburn. Yep, werewolf problems. I give him a sidelong look. Can I ask something? Of course. Well, I mean, it's just that the virus obviously causes some physical changes. You mentioned your eyes. I kind of assumed that your teeth, so you noticed that. Well, I mean, it's not that noticeable, but I guess once I found out about, everything, I just started paying more attention. When the virus went active, one of the first things that happened was that all 4 canines fell out, and I grew new ones, but I guess growing a new digestive tract is a bit much for even a supernatural virus. Huh, I hadn't really thought about all the little ways something like that would affect a person. In books, you only read about the major consequences like transforming or having to pay attention to the moon phases. No one really covered things like the basics of werewolf dietary needs or tooth loss. I didn't even want to know the ins and outs of being a vampire. So, no coffee. And lots of meat. I can only imagine how hard it must be for someone who was originally vegetarian. Fortunately for me, I wasn't. It's kind of embarrassing, but what is? Just, I feel like I haven't really handled any of this very well when I compare what I'm going through to what you must have gone through. Danny immediately reaches across the table to take my hands. Danny is so sweet. Can anyone be sweeter than him? I don't even know. Ugh, don't even want to imagine, because usually at the end of every game I rank who's my most favorite and then who's like, I don't want to say least favorite, but didn't reach the top. Don't worry about that. Everyone is different. We go through different experiences and we handle them differently. And by the way, I can't tell you how many times I completely went to pieces. So don't feel bad, okay? You've been coping very well. I don't know. I just wish I wasn't such a basket case over all this. It's a big change. You just need to stop thinking. Oh, sorry. Not stop thinking. You just need to stop trying to bottle it up and deal with it all on your own. I speak from experience. You have to talk to someone about what's going on, or you just end up going crazy. Maybe I'll try to talk to Ewan. Like, can I talk to you about it? I'm going to try to talk to Allie more. Ideally speaking, you should talk to the person that knows about your race, but we're trying to win Danny's heart, so can I talk to you about it even though you won't know anything about Faye? Then would it be okay if I talk to you about it more often? Danny's face broke into a delighted smile. Oh, my entire body went all warm and fuzzy. I really love that smile. It's gonna hurt me too when I have to move on from his storyline to go to another person's storyline. I was kind of hoping you would say that. Oh, he gently ran his thumb. Oh, I can't. It's just too much cuteness. I gently, not me. He gently ran his thumb over the back of my hand. My heart immediately went into overdrive. The truth is, I really want to help you if I can. He shook his head slightly as if that hadn't been what he wanted to say. What I mean to say is that I like you. My heart. A lot, ever since the first day we met. It's so cute. I can't. Is that why you hit me in the head with the football? It was so hard to keep my cool with him looking at me that way. His smile widened. No, that was definitely an accident. It definitely made for a memorable first impression. Oh, I think I recall you mentioning it might cause some memory loss. Well, I might have overestimated the damage. Listen, I know you're going through a rough time right now, but the truth is, when you were able to join the club, I was really happy. I wasn't expecting it at all, but I'm glad I didn't have to try to get to know you while keeping secrets about myself. So cute. I'm glad I get to be open with you. Oh, my heart! There's so much cuteness, I can't. Me too. I was actually wondering if you... Ruining our date, Corbin. Gosh, Corey, go away. Startled, I look up at the sudden voice. Corbin was standing right next to our table, grinning down at us. I'm not interrupting, am I? I realized we were still holding hands and suddenly yanked mine away, embarrassed. You're not interrupting. Did you two even look at the menu, or were you just holding hands and gazing at each other the whole time? We weren't gazing. There was definitely no gazing. We were just talking. Did you happen to talk about what you want to order? He gave us a teasing grin as we both fumbled for our menus and made quick work of deciding what to order. It'll be out soon. He managed to trip again on his way back to the kitchen, nearly taking a seated customer with him this time. I watched him go, shaking my head as I rolled my eyes. Think we can ask someone else to bring our food out? Danny laughed. They usually do let one of the others deliver food. Corbin's only responsible for menus. Glad to hear it. I kind of want a picture of him in that apron for blackmail. I'm wanting to take pictures of other guys while out with me. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Hey, we're not official. You didn't ask me out. I didn't ask you out. We're not together yet. Our feelings are mutual though. I flushed and looked away. Well, I could take a picture of you as well to balance things out. It was so nice to just be able to spend some time together outside of school and the club and related things. Though it did seem like that's all we talked about no matter where we are. Maybe I should change that. So, outside of football, what do you usually do? I feel like every time I see you, it's just in relation to school and the club and cryptics. Sadly, if I'm not at school or with my family, I'm probably doing something for the agency. Sounds like they keep you pretty busy. I don't mind, I'm probably going to work for them in a more official capacity when I graduate anyway. Really? Well, Dad's pretty sore over me quitting football, but I guess if I convinced him I became a police officer or something, he'd be pretty okay with that. But what do you want to do? Don't think I'm doing it just for him. I like this work actually. I feel like, I like feeling like I'm helping people, helping keep both communities safe. And this is where we are going to save for today. I'm really bummed out that we couldn't continue our romantic conversation. But again, it was getting so cute that I don't think I could have like continued reading because it was just too cute and I needed like a mental break, but I had to keep recording. So anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful and I'll see you guys in the next one.